Can you turn it off? It's annoying. The sound of my alarm clock is a little delayed, but I open my eyes. I open my eyes to a piercing light. I sit up, my body feeling so heavy as if I haven't truly woken up yet. I'm on top of a bed I bought recently. Can you... stop it. Stop it. Looking over at the hardcover book in my bedside, I remember that I fell asleep while reading it. I believe that it was a murder mystery, but seeing as how I was half asleep while reading it, I don't really remember. Since a ribbon is dangling freely from the book, it seems that I fell asleep without setting the bookmark. Oh, thank God. Who made the executive decision to have that alarm run for that many slides? My voice comes out a mixture of sigh and a yawn. I have school again today. I change into my school uniform and head for the kitchen table on the first floor. Is this our house? I am Nakanobe Mayumi. You could say I'm a typical third-year junior high student. My hobbies are reading and watching TV and movies. I like fashion, but I'm on a fixed allowance, so I can't buy much. How utterly sad. Good morning. I live in a 3-story house, where the first floor is the living room and kitchen, the second floor is my parents' room, and the third floor is the kids' room. Big sister, you're already running late. Make sure you wash your face. I did. Are we having salmon for breakfast today? Our parents are... That's right. They get up early for work in the morning and come home late at night. That's why my morning routine is to eat the breakfast that Mari makes. That's right, of course, Mari's not dead. I'm the older one, but Mari's cooking skills are light years ahead of mine. My specialty is eating. Oh, me too, don't worry. Big sister, the first thing you say is always, what's for breakfast, isn't it? Hey, I said something a little different today. Mari goes to the same school as I do. She's 1 grade below me, but she's a little taller than I am. Okay. It's almost done. By the way, your prediction was right, big sis. Mari sets the food on the table in the way she's become accustomed to, setting down the salmon grilled with salt, pickled vegetables, mekabu, and miso soup. Meanwhile, I dish rice out from the rice cooker and set it on the table along with the chopsticks. Bon appetit! Because that's exactly what Japanese people say, yeah, to eat up. By the way, our midterm exam results come out today. How depressing. Let's not talk about that. Big sister, just mentioning the word test to you is bad, isn't it? Don't say it's bad, jeez. Although during the real thing, I read some of the questions and passages wrong, and made a lot of calculation errors. In terms of grades, Mari's are better than mine. Sometimes we study together, and our comprehension is about the same. I'm chalking it up to our difference in grade level and scope of classwork. In other words, the difference is definitely in the difficulty of the real tests. Why can't I seem to master doing good when it counts? After the summer, you have entrance exams, don't you? Let's talk even less about that. My head's full of enough with all the stuff about midterms. Full enough, not full of enough. Make sure you pick a high school we can both go to. It doesn't matter. I can't make it into a private school, even though Mitsuba's uniforms are so cute. We chat away lightly as time passes at the breakfast table, listening to the news flowing from the TV that was left on. We both get ready for school. Our lunches will be leftovers from last night, but boiled and stewed food that have set overnight are more permeated with flavor, making them delicious. Okay, let's go, big sister. Okay. The two of us always walk to school together. I think we get along pretty well as sisters, but even though one of us is dead while at school. It's not a large school, so we often pass each other in the building. But Mari always says hi to me so excitedly, like she's gonna jump after me. Although it's a little embarrassing that she won't stop doing that even after getting into junior high. I don't think it's a bad thing. Ah, it's Mayu. Approaching the school, I hear a familiar voice calling me. My classmate, Tamagawa Himeno. She's my best friend. Hey, listen, I think we should stop being friends. You should see your sister more, she's better. Himeno's a little ways ahead, waving her hand and calling me. Ah, Himeno. Well, I'm gonna catch up to her. See you later. Big sis... I turn to Mari and give a little wave, then jog after Himeno. Within Mari's eyes, I get the sense of seeing a deep color I've never seen before. Morning, Himeno. Good morning. Hey, did you hear Mayu? As soon as I catch up to Himeno, she begins talking really fast. When I'm with her, I get the feeling that about 80% of the time it's Himeno doing the talking. But I think it's more fun that way. It's at that moment... Himeno begins to have a coughing fit. I assume it's just her throat getting choked up from starting to talk so fast and so suddenly. But I'm wrong. You can't have friends, big sister. They get in the way of our love. Gloop. When Himeno coughs, she vomits something out of her mouth. It's a cream-colored something. Plip plop. On top of the asphalt, granules and fibers dance about. Even though I realize they're all living things, I think it takes me at least a minute. No! Parasites. I've seen them on TV and in illustrated reference books. Himeno is throwing up so many of them that they're clumping together. Each one moves on its own with such stimulation. A bit of blood seems to be mixed in with them. Himeno? I lift my face. The hole in Himeno's face is completely blocked up with the parasites she's coughed up. They squirm around on her skin as if they might be alive. Before I can comprehend the sight before my eyes, my consciousness becomes turbid. Don't worry about that, big sister. You don't need friends. Just leave her in that ditch over there. Okay, I'll go first. This is Manton Aquarium. Manton is a premier shopping district where one can enjoy shopping, food, movies, bowling, and karaoke. And not dying friends, because we just stopped worrying about that. It's a small aquarium inside Mantonese building, what serves as this town's symbol. Big sister, do your best. This girl is Nakanobe Mari. She's my sister, 1 year younger than I. Today, the two of us have come to have fun at Manton Aquarium on our way home from school because we can't hang out anywhere else. That would require us to draw more things. More backgrounds. We've seen the tunnel tank and the jellyfish booth, and even a show at the stage. Since we have year-long passports, we come here all the time. But no matter how often we come, we never get sick of it. It seems there was a deep-sea fish booth long before we started coming here, but it's closed off now. I've always wanted to see the rare fish of the deep sea, because I'm a nerd and I go to the aquarium all the time. When we're older, Mari and I want to check out the big aquarium down in Okinawa together. Here goes. And now I'm taking a shot at the gacha machines in the souvenir shop. There are cute keychains with charms shaped like drops with creatures from the aquarium inside. The lineup consists of jellyfish, starfish, orca, penguins, and whales. There aren't any whales in Manton Aquarium, but oh well. Each one has a different colored droplet as well. My goal is, of course, the jellyfish. I put my coin in and turn the lever. Did it! A hole in one. It's the jellyfish keychain. Ah, big sister, you're amazing. It's my turn now. In a goofy manner, Mari puts her coin in with great force. It's a starfish. One more time. Do your best. Mari puffs up her cheeks and puts in another coin. The result is another starfish. Huh. maybe I'll get one. Big sister, you say it like it's so easy. Should we trade? I also like the starfish and think it's cute. It's fine. I'll keep going till I get one, because I want one that matches yours. Then why don't we have matching starfish ones? I say this in an exasperated tone, but Mari says no in a careless tone and puts both of her hands up. It has to be matching jellyfish ones. It has to be. When things get like this, Mari becomes obstinate and won't budge. Even though our triggers might be different, our personalities are similar in this regard, so I understand. Staying true to her word, Mari carries on relentlessly. No one ever buys our charms anymore, except for today when those two nerds come in and try to get the jellyfish ones. Let's only put one jellyfish one in just to steal all their money. Starfish, starfish, starfish. No matter how much time passes, no jellyfish ones will come out. I take a step back and watch over Mari, then turn around when I hear someone call Mayumi. Is that girl with you alright? That's with you alright? Sayo. That's no good. Gambling takes a bit of magic. And Miku. Sakuragi Sayo and Minato Miku. We go to different schools, but they're friends of mine. Though she was brusque with me at first, Sayo and I get along. And it was she who introduced me to Miku. After that, we started hanging out with each other on occasion. Your little sister, Mari, was it? Which one does she want? The jellyfish. She wants one that matches mine. Ah, there are way too many starfish, eh? Good thing I wanted a starfish myself. Want to trade? Minato, every time you come, you play with those machines. Sayo says this in an exasperated tone. There's no mistaking that we're thinking the same thing. Be that as it may, this is good news. I call out to Mari, who is so dedicated to her repeated attempts that she's zoned out. Mari, Miku-chan said she'll trade you. Come here. Which one of the 20 starfish does she want? Mari turns back once and looks this way. At that moment, I get the sense of seeing a deep color within Mari's eyes that I've never seen before. Mari quickly looks back to the gacha gacha machine and turns her back to us. You're not allowed to have friends. Sorry, seems like she's really trying to concentrate. The two of them are not there. No, they probably are. I'm more confused than I can put into words. Kya! The two of them have all but disappeared, with the exception of their legs. Sorry, there's like some pun I know you could make with legs, but I can't think of it, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Nothing but their legs. They wouldn't have a leg to stand on, that's what it was. Just their legs. Their torsos have melted into a red, slime-like form. A viscous gel spreads along the floor. It seems to twitch and shake, as if they're lifting things within. What is this? I can't even begin to comprehend this. Everything above the little that's left of their ankles has also been dyed a deep red and is melting. The melted slime-like portion is mixed in with the previously melted parts of their bodies. Right before my eyes, all that remains is their clothes and shoes. No! In an instant, my friends have been erased from this world. My consciousness becomes turbid. Unable to brace my tottering body, I sink into the deep sea. Of course. Underwater school. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. Today in music class, Hiraki-sensei was so funny. Yeah. Speaking of which, next week, Kimizono Part 3 comes out, big sister. Let's go see it. Yeah. It's been hot lately. I want to go get a new shirt and miniskirt. Will you go with me? Yeah. The final exams are awful, aren't they? Do you still have your questions from last year? Well, it's not like they'd use the same questions anyway. Yeah. I'm gonna be the Prime Minister when I grow up. I'll get rid of all tests and exams. Everyone can just focus on doing lots of fun things. Yeah. What's your dream, big sister? What do you like these days, big sister? Yeah. Hey, big sister, are you happy? Yeah. You aren't having fun? Yeah. I see. Yeah. This is where I died. The deep-sea fish booth. Unable to see any fish or other living things. There's nothing but space. You know, I thought about how I wanted to go to school with you, big sister. Mari places her hand on the tank and turns her gaze upward, as if she's looking to the water's surface. Mari's a little bit taller than I. Her physical development, while not complete, still seems to be ahead of my own. That's right. Surely that's because it's one of Mari's possible appearances if she had lived. Mari. I clasp Mari's hand and look up at the tank as Mari is doing. I wanted to have you all to myself, big sister. I thought that if I did, we could always be together, but I wasn't able to. I feel like Mari's somewhat adult-like tone of voice resembles mine a bit. Using your memories, big sister, as well as the accumulated memories within Manton Aquarium, I reconstructed this place. However, there is definitely a disturbance. Surely even more than what you experienced over and over again. I failed. I mean, it could have been okay if you didn't decide to murder everyone she decided to talk to. It's like, hey Mari, you want a jellyfish? And it's like, no, they can die. I have no idea what you're saying, Mari. I take Mari's hand and smile. In actuality, what Mari is saying is on a larger scale, and is something that I cannot grasp. In other words, I couldn't keep you all to myself after all. Because within your heart, big sister, you have other friends. Is it because I was no longer with you, big sister? No, because you no longer needed me? Mari looks into my eyes and tilts her head. I answer no. Yeah. I laugh a little and say, you're so foolish. There wasn't even a single day that I forgot about you, Mari. I had to struggle to overcome my sadness from not being able to see you over and over again. But that was my own selfish desire. My parents' behavior must surely have been that way. Trying to pretend it didn't exist, they averted their eyes from their sadness. That must be the single-minded logic of those who are left behind. But because I love you, Mari. This is beyond a doubt my true feelings. With large eyes, Mari looks at me. At our feet, the world begins to crumble. Oh, that's pretty. Look at all the moons. Hey, big sister. What? Do you think the stars will grant a wish for me? I don't know. I wonder when that was. Was it when we went on a trip as a family? Or when we were coming home? I think it was a day we spent all afternoon having fun together. You know, on the weird planet that you can see like tons and tons of moons from. On a sandy beach at night. Oh, maybe there's supposed to be fireflies, that might be it, or like particles. On a sandy beach at night, we were talking like that. As our parents watched over us from a distance, I'm pretty sure we had a fairly complicated conversation. Oh, it is, the white thing's the moon, the rest of those are like dots. Bathing in the light of the stars that fills the expansive sky feels even more refreshing than sunbathing. Mari, what would you wish for? The two of us look so much alike. The two of us enjoy letting our hair down and playing with each other's. When together, we were often mistaken for twins. At those times, I had a tendency to pout. But I'm the big sister, is what I thought. To be happy with you, big sister, always. That was my wish. Mari, speaking beyond her years, says softly, unchanged from that time. It's an infinitely pure wish. Thank you, Mari. Bathed in the light of the stars, I can do nothing other than smile. The feelings that flow out from me are ones I can't clearly put into words. My wish wasn't granted by the stars. But if I think back on it, I was wrong. My wish to have you all to myself, big sister, wouldn't have been granted. At the moment that I died, my wish was supposed to be put on hold. When you go against reality, it can never go well. Because if this were reality, we would have never seen each other again. Mari says this in a light tone. It is merely a voice of surrender, even amongst the distortion. I'm so happy I saw you, Mari. But that we have to part so soon afterwards makes me sad. No. I don't want this. I finally found you. I want... As I give those words voice, I realize my heart is more brittle than I thought. That which overflows from my eyes is something I can't stop with my own strength. Mari, I've been holding it in the whole time. I really wanted to say something the whole time. That I don't want us to say goodbye. That's why, from the moment I saw Mari, it was impossible for me not to pursue her. Geez, you're the older sister. You can't cry. But, besides, the one who's disappearing is me, you know? Mari says jokingly. There's no way I can respond to that. You know, I just want you to stay the same kind girl you are, Mari. Somehow holding back my sobs, I continue. No matter what happens, you can't harm anyone or start anything. That's what I was rejecting. That's what I wanted to tell you, Mari. Because I am your big sister. Before I know it, 5 years have come between us once more. At this rate, we won't be mistaken for twins anymore. Big sister, I decided what I'm going to wish for. Mari has become just as she was in my memories. Jumping up, Mari gives me an innocent smile. That you'll always be happy from now on. Along with your friends. You're not allowed to have friends. I won't think of it as you being taken away from me anymore. Because I'm sure your friends make you happy, big sister. This is my prayer. The stars won't grant my wishes, but if I pray, it's something I can grant on my own. I'm leaving all that I am to you, big sister. Okay. Thank you. No matter how the aquarium power fades, no matter if the energy from the grudge disappears, Mari has long since transcended time itself. Because up until now, and from today forward, she will always be in my heart. Well, it's time for me to go. Before I go, rub my head. Of course. With Mari's innocent words, her mouth smiles broadly. Her eyes and mouth have completely different expressions. This is really strange. The drops that flow over sink to the ground. I lightly drop my hand on Amari's head and begin to rub it. She's no body heat, but still she seems warm. I'm getting a bit sad now. Alright, this is kind of what's important. Let me take a look.